I believe I can soar.
I believe I can soar.
All I gotta do is try.
Yeah.
I believe I can soar.
I believe I can soar.
Spread my wings and I fly.
Put your hands up.
I believe I can soar.
Put your hands up.
All I gotta do is try.
All you gotta do,
I believe I can soar.
just apply yourself.
Spread my wings and I fly.
Apply yourself.
I believe I can soar.
Yeah.
Soar, soar,
Desire.
soar,
Skill.
soar,
Faith. Equal
soar.
success.
I believe I can soar. Soar,
Yeah. Desire.
soar, soar,
Plus skill.
soar,
Times
soar.
faith. Equal success.
I believe I can soar.
Hello and welcome to It's Your Time to Soar. This is your first time tuning in. Know that we inspire, motivate, and impact. And if this is your first time listening, know that on this podcast we have listeners and viewers to release excess baggage that is preventing them from soaring in purpose, in marriage, in business, as a creative, and on their job. Welcome back. And today we have a dynamic gentleman with us by the name of Eman. Eman, welcome to It's Your Time to Soar.
Appreciate it.
And I got one question for you. Ready to take flight?
Let's take flight.
Let's do it. So listen, Eman, for those in Soar Nation who are either listening or watching this on YouTube or IGTV or on Facebook,
Right.
can you give them just a brief bio of who Eman is?
Eman basically represents who I actually am as a person, Emmanuel. I mean, I show who I am through my music, the real me. You know what I mean? There's no difference, there's no separation from the artist and my actual life.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's all me.
Right.
That's who Eman is. That's the best way to describe it.
How did you come to know Jesus as your Lord and Savior?
I grew up in church.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I wasn't always into the church
Right.
or nothing like that. But when I was 17, I heard a message at a particular church where
Right.
it kind of, you know, some people just get saved off of that grace message.
Right.
I got saved off of that wrath message.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't get saved, you go in hell type of message, and that's how I got saved.
He was like, snap.
Like,
Do this now.
yeah, you know what I mean? So I got to know Christ through the fear of not going to hell, but I didn't stay there.
Right.
Because if you stay in the place where I just being saved because I don't want to go to hell, then you don't truly get to know this who God really is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So as I grew, then I really got to know who God actually was, and it became authentic for me.
Right.
Right.
On your road to for filling purpose, were you always into music and artistry and stuff like that?
Yeah, from I was 11. When I was 11, I was into rapping, stuff like that.
Right.
And it kept growing. I
Right.
mean, it wasn't always a passion at first, but as time moved and God just continued to develop the talent, the passion grew for it.
Right.
Yeah.
So during this time, do you have any hurdles? Any persons trying to put, as we say on the show, access baggage onto you that was actually preventing you from soaring?
I wouldn't say it prevented me. I think it more pushed me into purpose without me even knowing or without me noticing, because me growing up in the Bahamas, as a Haitian, you know what I mean, a lot of people, discrimination was crazy back then, you know what I mean, in school and just growing up, it was crazy for me, you know what I mean, it did a lot for me. It put a lot of hate in my heart.
Right.
You know what I mean? But God turned hate into passion, and He used that. You know what I mean? So, but I wouldn't say that it was baggage.
Right.
But I would say God allowed it to push me more into purpose.
So He put it on you to stop you, but then you used it as fuel.
Right. Fuel me. Like I always felt like I had this point to prove.
Right.
I mean, I'm not there anymore. I don't feel like I even need to prove to anybody anymore because, you know what I mean? But that's what it did for me.
How about you? You unique flow. a unique flow to your rap. How did you how did you develop that?
My flow, I would say it came in time. You know,
Right.
You have a lot of rappers who start out wanting to be like other rappers.
Right.
I mean, I was one of them. Like Aesop was my favorite rapper
Right.
at the time.
Right.
But as time grew, I developed my own style and my own way of rapping. I switched from the Aesop to, you don't hear Ace anymore, you hear Eman.
Yeah, Eman.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
So that's what it is.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Because as I was telling you earlier before we started recording the first time I heard you was on a stage at Evangelistic Temple.
Right.
You said it was right,
Mhm.
and I was like, what was this? Because it was like you had like you were rapping, but it was more like a poetry dramatization. You know,
Right.
thing that you go and I say, what was this?
I appreciate
When
it.
you're performing, do you ever get, do you ever be fearful, goosebumps? I mean, how do you feel?
Every time.
Yeah?
Every time.
It doesn't go away.
Don't go. Like for some reason, every time before I touch the stage, it's just this,
Yeah.
like just nervous. This. It's just I be nervous and it's just anxiety. You know what I mean? And it always happens. Like I've been doing this now for going on 9 years.
Right.
It never went away. I don't know why.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But once I get up there, it's no time for that. Just give them it.
You say when you give as an artist, you also say when you give as a I think a producer as well.
I'm also engineer,
More on the engineer side of things.
mixing, mastering.
So I mean, how did you get into that aspect of it?
I actually used to bother this guy every day.
Mhm.
Now in 2011, I used to go to him with a new song every day to record me,
Mhm.
and he got tired of it. So he said, "Hey, bro, let me teach you how to do this, so you can do it by yourself."
Right.
I mean, and I learned from there, and I kept going.
Wow.
And recording and mixing and mastering turned into photography, videography, and just everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
And think about this, right? Just if we could just stop right there to give someone nation just a point by that. Notice after coming to know Christ, after coming to know who he is in God, how God tapped into all of that potential, all of the gifts that He placed in him.
Right.
He was able to release all of it, and now God is showing him, hey, this is the reason why I gave you this. This is the reason why I gave you that, and this is for this, and this is for that. Because we often think that we must do life first, and then after we finish with life, doing whatever we're doing, then we can give whatever's left to God.
Yeah.
No, we must realize that hey, God is our manufacturer. He created us, so He know all of, like how I always said with on the show I had. He know all of the ins and outs. he knows it all. So once you come to Him and say God, this is who I am. I'm presented to you. Show me who am I. And that's the same thing that he did for you.
Yeah.
And now he has releasing your full potential. Because I believe in all of us, our greatest self is still yet to
come. Yes,
yet
yes.
to come.
Facts.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Because God says, eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard. So no one has heard your best song yet.
Right.
Your best, your song that is gonna impact this world hasn't even been released yet. Believe that?
Facts.
Right there, deep down inside of you. Who exactly is your music for?
My style of rapping, my music is for everybody. I don't box it in. You know what I mean? But I will say, some people take away the fact of being a gospel artist.
Right.
I mean, I would never do that. I would never just say, "Oh, I'm a Christian that raps." I'm straight up. I am a gospel rapper. That's what I do.
Right.
You know what I mean? But my music is for more than the church because the gospel isn't for just the church.
No.
You know what I mean? It is for everybody.
You're right.
I mean, so my music is literally for everybody. but I would never take away the fact that I am a gospel rapper.
Right, right. Now, as I said that, I didn't say that to like box you in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say, for example, how I say on this show. This show, the purpose of this show is to help listeners to release excess baggage, right? So when you rap, who do you see this song going to? Like, what type of person? When you see these lyrics, who is this for? It's someone who suffered child blues. It's just someone who think that, you know, they have their parents who are telling them, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, or you have a girl, she feels as though she isn't pretty. Like you know, who's,
I understand.
like when you rap, when you have passion, because when you rap, I hear that passion, like I hear that beat down.
And that's what it is. That's what it is actually. If you coming from that perspective, that's actually what it is, where people can literally see what God have done with everything I dealt with in my life and what He turned it into. That's what I focus more on. If you want to go from that perspective,
right,
then yeah, it's for people who go through things and feel like they could never mount up to anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like God can literally take whatever that is, whatever that feeling is, whatever that baggage is, and turn it into something beautiful.
Right.
And that's what music is for.
Right, awesome. Because I would say for sure that all of your songs that I've heard so far, like they always have that. I mean like you like feel it, like you don't just you like wow, like you feel it in your core.
Right.
You feel every single piece of that music. I mean, it's like whoa. Can you give some of our viewers or our listeners who are thinking about pursuing purpose, as you know, they can rap and sing, they can probably play the piano as well. They are multi-talented in their art form, but they're still a little timid to get the ball rolling. Can you give them like about three pointers that could help someone who's listening?
I'll say this, and God revealed this to me in 2016, I think. And it's so funny you said 3 pointers, because I'll give it to you just that.
Right.
Purpose, vision, wonders.
What's the last one?
Wonders.
Wonders. All right.
When purpose meets vision, you get wonders. You could have purpose, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you can see what you want to do with it or exactly how far can it go.
Right.
But once you add vision to your purpose and you allow God to use those two, wonders can happen.
Wow. Well, that's solid.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff right there.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff right there. That's some food. Well, I need to write that down. Purpose, vision. I hope you're writing down too. That's some good stuff. Purpose, vision,
wonders.
Wow. Good stuff. All right, so during our last, I think 5 or 6 episodes, I've been asking persons who I've been having a conversation with just some of their thoughts on mental health issues going on in our society today. How do you feel about that?
With mental health issues right now, it can be a lot. You know what I mean? In the society we live in today, it's portrayed as if you come, and especially for a male, if you talk to anybody, you are weak or you're not a man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So people, males specifically, but it happens in everybody. They keep everything in and then just dealing with so much in their minds when truthfully, that's why God put the church together, so we can come together and deal with everything as a body. You know what I mean? But society portrays everything as if you talk to anybody or if you show your real feelings, you're not a man. You know what I mean? So we keep things bottling up inside until we can't take it no more, and we just
snap.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So we have to take it back to a place where, you know what, showing people that they're not alone, and they don't have to go through whatever they're going through alone. You know what I mean? Because everything starts with situation. You know what I mean? A lot of things that happen when it comes to mental health issues is because of a situation or words that was spoken that is too much to bear.
Right.
know what I mean? And it can just cause you to take it from 0 to 100.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Right. Yeah. You're absolutely right with that. And I think what happens also is that persons don't know who to trust with their flaws.
Mm-hmm. True.
You know, they actually want to tell somebody, but they don't know if it's the person that they may want to reach out to is mature enough to handle it.
Right.
So how do you have a person who wants to tell somebody but they're not sure how they're going to be received?
See now with that, it's very tough.
Mm-hmm.
That there is very tough because even in churches you have people that you tell something and they take it to other people and perceive it the wrong way.
Right.
Or sometimes you have no other way to perceive it because it's
Right.
actually that person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are put on a pedestal. You know what I mean? But in terms of that, that's tough.
Right.
Because I can honestly say I was there before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But with that, it has to do with much encouraging yourself and giving to the Lord.
Right. Yeah.
That's the best way to put that.
Yeah, because I believe with that. I mean, it is a tough question. Sorry to just throw it on you like that.
Right.
But I think it's all about trusting God first and foremost, carrying all of your cares to Him, and just expressing to Him that first of all, you should leave all of your burdens with God. But I know sometimes we want a physical person
Right, yeah.
who we can have a connection with.
Mhm.
And so before we forget, congratulations once again, married. Marriage.
Yeah.
You know, it's how many? What is this? Is it 2 months in? How long is it?
Right now it's been a month.
A month?
Yeah.
Wow, you made it a month.
Yeah.
Congrats. Congratulations.
You got forever to go.
Yeah, man. So every month it's like it's like I remember when we first get married. You know, we are 4 years now. You know, we were counting the days and we counting the months. That's the years, and those years are just rolling, man. So how do you feel about it?
I feel amazing. I mean, my wife is amazing. I mean, tomorrow makes us 8 years all together.
Right.
I mean, the journey has been amazing. Like, it's been rough.
Right.
It's been amazing. I couldn't see myself with anybody else.
Wow.
I mean, so what's so funny is last year November I was sitting down and I told myself that I will not let 2019 end and she's not my wife.
Wow.
The same month last year.
Wow.
And I made that happen.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, how does she support you in all that you're doing, from being an artist to videography, photographer?
She supports in many ways. A lot of things she see before I do. And I mean, especially in ministry. Some places she tell me I don't need to go, because not everywhere you go. And a lot of times she see what I don't see.
Right.
And I mean, and she supports when it comes to dealing with bookings, financial issues, financial stuff.
Right.
All that. She helps her. She's definitely my helpmeet. I put it like that. Definitely. Yeah.
That's awesome, guys.
I've been working on this album for so long now. She just keep pushing me. You know what I mean? Babe, stop slunking. So definitely for 2020, I would have that.
Shout out, give a shout out.
Shout out to my baby girl Rose. She's done an amazing job in my life, and I thank God so much for you.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So listen, like I said, 2020 is vastly approaching. So I would think one of the things that you're working on, the completion of, is the album.
Right. Yeah. I'm looking to have that done by June, God's willing, to have that out and ready to go.
Right.
But as for this year, I'm actually doing a concert for December 13th.
December 13th.
Yeah, of this year till end of the year.
Right.
And prepare for next year.
Prepare for the next year.
Yeah.
So do you have a theme for the
Lay it all down.
lay all down.
Lay it all down.
Lay it all down.
Right.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
For our listeners and our viewers who may want to stay connected to you, they may want to hear and listen to some of your music. How can they?
You can
they
check
find
me
you?
out on YouTube. Drizzle Eman, Trizzle Eman on YouTube or Instagram, Eman_CG. Facebook, Drizzle Eman, same thing. Most of them is Drizzle Eman. So yeah,
All right,
all the music.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
So Soul Nation, we're gonna have all of this in the show notes. If you're listening, if you're watching on YouTube, everything is gonna be in that single piece to the bottom there. All right, Eman, listen, man, it was awesome having you on the show today. You have dropped some value nuggets. I can't forget this. Purpose, vision, wonders. Trust me, everything I do, I'm gonna be aligning it with this right here. So Nation, that purpose, vision, wonders. Let's do it.
Thank you so much, man.
Awesome. So Nation, as I always say, this podcast is for our viewers, our listeners who have access baggage, and we help them to release all of it, whether that's in purpose, marriage, business, as creative, or on your job. And if you haven't heard these words before, know that it's your time to soar.